I thought it might be helpful to share our process behind the scenes of how we organize the Notion office hours. So if you're not familiar, we do Notion office hours every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific. And these are generally open office hours where anybody can ask questions, learn about interesting use cases and ways that people are using Notion. We typically have one or two guests. Sometimes we don't have a guest and we just organize around a theme and we teach you how to do something with Notion. So this is a project, a collaboration with the Notion team. And so you'll see that this Notion office hours document actually lives under my general projects database here. And so I've given the Notion team access to just this entry here. And I can open this up as a page. And so what's fun is that the Notion team, they can't necessarily see any of these relational databases because these are tied in with my own goals and tasks and to-dos and that sort of thing. So this is part of my master task database, but because the team doesn't have access to that, they don't actually see any of this information. So we collaborate on this document. At the top, we sort of have a general description of what the event is. And then we have this sort of event planner where we can come up with topic ideas here. And you'll see, for example, that we've got a few in here that have already been published and complete. So if I open this up, building a personal wiki, I can see the URL for the event is here. I can see what date it was published on and the guests that we had in there. And then these were all the questions that came out of the event, which are copied and pasted from the Crowdcast event itself. And then this is an event template really that I can then share with the guests themselves. And then that way they have a pretty good sense of the flow and, the fact that they should show up 5 to 10 minutes early, how long they should share their space, that sort of thing. And just some logistical and technical things there. And then I typically will fill that in with, the guest and the topic. And then we introduce people here. And so if I want to add a new idea for Notion for puppies, and I can either pull from the database of someone who's already been in there or add somebody new. Notion to track your puppies. And I could paste the upcoming event URL. So you can go to crowdcast.io/NotionHQ to stay up to date with all of the upcoming events. I'll copy this one here. Just grab the URL here. Obviously, this is the actual URL for the event. And then I can say that's scheduled, that's, in planning, what have you. And then there's also a template for these as well. So if I open this up, you'll notice that there's a new event here, and that is a template that I've created. If I click that, that just gives it a little icon, and then it fills it up with the information from that template. So then I can very quickly go in, copy paste the guest's name in there, and then I will turn that to public and share that with the specific guest. And then they know what to expect. So this is sort of where we keep our topic ideas. I can view that by status as well. So scheduled, planning, complete, and I can kind of drag people along. So that's already scheduled. Notion from scratch is already scheduled. And then we've got these guest ideas, and I can do guest ideas by status. So once people are already scheduled, we can drag them into this column and they're good to go. I can see also who's already guested. And then I can also, check out future guests. In some cases, these are people who have already been scheduled, but they haven't appeared yet. I can see ideas. There's all sorts of, columns we can turn on and off. We can hide any of these if we want to. Potential guests, and then a general calendar too, so I can sort of see who is appearing on each of those dates. I know that we do have one already scheduled for the 25th. Let's see. There we go. Right, so that one's scheduled for the 25th. Perfect. And then guest ideas here. Again, we can see that in a few different formats. I typically will keep this by status, and then I can sort of see where we are. And then we've got this questions database here. So basically this page is a database entry that has 3 inline databases inside it. And for this question and topic ideas database, every time we run a new event, we'll create a new filter. So building a personal wiki is one, and I just copied and pasted all of the questions in there, and that way we can kind of keep track of it, look for similarities, see if there are related themes in there that we can create future videos and create, future office hours for people. And then here, building a second brain, haven't copied and pasted these yet, but I would put this on this filter, event contains Notion as a second brain, and then I can go through and paste all of those questions from the event into here. And then if I just want to see all of them, I would put that on all and have no filters on there. And so I can just add general questions. And then that's not necessarily assigned to an event. It's just a question that somebody came up with. I'll just delete that. And so, yeah, if I open up one of these, you can see it's tagged with collaboration and building a personal wiki. And if I jump into personal wiki, you can see those are all the questions that were associated with that database, the guests, the date, etc. So I think we even personal. There we go. We can tag that. So that's one way that we've been keeping track of people that we want to have on, people who have already booked their sessions, and new topic ideas that flow in. And this is something that me and the team can collaborate on very quickly and easily. We've got the templates kind of ready to go. So I've got this new event here, and if I want to edit that and change it up, I change it up here once, and then anytime we create a new event, all of this information is ready to go. So for example, if we have a multi-person event, I might actually duplicate this and say, single, because sometimes we have a single guest and sometimes we have multiple guests. And so in this case, instead of saying each guest, we'll say, you can take up to 30 to 40 minutes or so demoing your workspace, and then I can remove that information. It's not as relevant. And same with having guest 2. We don't need that anymore. Oops, let's delete that. There we go. And so that's the general flow for a single event. Otherwise, I will rename this to multi-guest. Great. And so now we have new single guest, new multi-guest, very similar in their content, but slightly different language tweaks. And again, I will, once I've created the event, I share that, make it public access, copy the link, and share that with a particular user. So that's what I sent to Maria, so she was familiar with the flow of the event. And again, just all of these are kind of interconnected, tied together, really clear, and this helps us kind of keep the pipeline moving. So I hope that's helpful, especially for those of you that might have a podcast that you run, or even as you think about your editorial calendar, and maybe even comments that you might get on your blog posts, and you want to kind of add those questions after the fact. That might be helpful in terms of how you think about how you manage your content. So I hope that's helpful. And yeah, don't forget to check out Notion office hours. You can go to crowdcast.io/NotionHQ. And if you go, that's sort of the homepage of office hours. And if you follow Notion, there'll be a green button here. I can't see that because I'm logged in, but yeah, you can see follow. If you click that, it will get your email address, and then you can get notified of future events. And we've got one coming up, building from scratch, which will be getting right back to basics. I know we've done a lot of office hours that have been pretty advanced workflows, and so this one will be really starting from absolute zero. So hopefully that's helpful, and yeah, enjoy.